Welcome, dear readers, to another heart-pounding edition of TV Day's Drama Digest, where we dive headfirst into the swirling vortex of betrayal, secrets, and high-stakes corporate warfare that defines the world of Days of Our Lives. Today, we're unraveling the electrifying saga surrounding Gabby Hernandez, whose cunning schemes and audacious gambits have set the stage for a showdown that could reshape the DiMera empire forever. As the truth about her manipulations comes to light, Philip Kyriakis and Xander Cook are closing in, and the consequences promise to be nothing short of cataclysmic. Buckle up as we dissect the intricate web of lies, the shocking discovery of a sabotaged bug, and the tantalizing question: what will happen to Gabby now that her dangerous game is unraveling? The setup: Gabi's dangerous dance with deception. Gabby Hernandez has always been a force to be reckoned with. A woman whose fiery determination and razor-sharp intellect make her both a formidable ally and a terrifying adversary. In the latest episodes of Days of Our Lives, Gabby has once again proven that she's willing to play with fire to get what she wants. Her latest scheme? A meticulously crafted plan to undermine Philip Kyriakis and Xander Cook, two titans of Salem's corporate and criminal underworlds, by exposing a secret that could topple their carefully laid plans. The linchpin of this drama is a forged letter, a document so convincingly fabricated by Philip that it served as the cornerstone of his and Xander's strategy to seize control of DiMera Enterprises. This letter, a masterwork of deceit, was designed to manipulate the board and secure their foothold in the company. But Gabby, ever the opportunist, discovered the truth. The letter was a fake, a house of cards waiting to collapse under scrutiny. Armed with this explosive knowledge, Gabby didn't hesitate to wield it as a weapon, aligning herself with Tony DiMera in a high-stakes plot that could restore the DiMera legacy to its rightful heirs, or destroy everything in its wake. Gabby's decision to run to Tony was a calculated move, one that showcased her ability to navigate the treacherous waters of Salem's power dynamics. With a recording in hand, a damning piece of evidence that could expose Philip's forgery, Gabby presented her findings to Tony, the DiMera patriarch, with a penchant for strategic maneuvering. Tony, ever the chess master, immediately recognized the potential of Gabby's discovery. This, he declared with a gleam in his eye, could nullify the takeover entirely. The DiMera empire will be ours again. His words carried the weight of a man who has seen empires rise and fall, and who knows the value of timing in a game of such high stakes. But Tony, true to his calculating nature, urged caution. "We wait," he insisted, his voice low and commanding. "We drop this bomb when it will do the most damage, when Philip and Xander are at their most vulnerable." Gabby, though impatient, saw the wisdom in his strategy. The promise of maximum impact was too tempting to resist, even if it meant delaying her own gratification. In exchange for her patience, Tony made a promise of his own. If Gabby played her cards right, she would be installed as CEO of DiMera Enterprises, a position of unparalleled power and prestige. As Gabby left the room, Tony's parting chuckle echoed ominously, a reminder that in the world of the DiMeras, trust is a luxury few can afford. The bug in the pen, a discovery that changes everything. Meanwhile, across town, Philip and Xander were basking in the glow of their apparent triumph. Their partnership, forged in mutual ambition and a shared disdain for the DiMera clan, seemed unassailable. The forged letter had done its job, convincing the board to back their takeover bid. As they met in a dimly lit office, their conversation was filled with the smug confidence of men who believe they've outsmarted their enemies. They discussed the finer points of their new empire: profit margins, corporate restructuring, and the elimination of any remaining obstacles. But fate, as it so often does in Salem, had other plans. Xander, ever the paranoid tactician, had taken the precaution of planting a listening device, a bug cleverly concealed within a pen, to monitor any potential threats. It was a move born of his distrustful nature, a safeguard against betrayal in a town where loyalty is as fleeting as a summer breeze. But as he reached for the pen during their meeting, something was amiss. The device, which should have been transmitting every word, was silent. Frowning, Xander unscrewed the pen, his fingers deft and practiced. What he found sent a jolt of fury through him. The bug had been tampered with, its delicate circuitry crushed beyond repair. "What the hell?" he roared, his voice reverberating off the walls as Philip's expression shifted from confusion to dread. The discovery of the sabotage bug was a seismic shift in the narrative, a moment that transformed the game from one of strategy to one of survival. For Xander, the broken bug was more than a technical failure, it was evidence of betrayal, a sign that someone had infiltrated their inner circle. His mind raced, piecing together the possibilities. Who could have known about the bug? Who had the motive and the means to destroy it? The answer, though not yet confirmed, loomed like a storm cloud on the horizon: Gabby Hernandez. The fallout, a storm of suspicion and retribution. As the reality of the situation sank in, Philip and Xander's partnership, once a bastion of mutual self-interest, began to show cracks. Philip, whose polished exterior belied a ruthless streak, was quick to point fingers. "This has Gabi's name written all over it," he hissed, his eyes narrowing with suspicion. Xander, though slower to jump to conclusions, couldn't deny the logic. Gabby had been circling their plans like a vulture, her every move calculated to exploit their weaknesses. The question wasn't whether she was capable of such a betrayal, it was what she planned to do with the information she'd gained. The implications were staggering. If Gabby had discovered the bug, she likely knew about the forged letter. And if she had that knowledge, she held the power to dismantle everything they'd worked for. The takeover, the board's approval, their dreams of corporate dominance, all of it could come crashing down with a single revelation. For Philip, the stakes were personal as well as professional. The Kiriaki's name, already tarnished by years of scandal, could not withstand another public humiliation. For Xander, it was a matter of survival. In Salem, those who lose power often lose everything. Their response was swift and merciless. Philip, his mind already spinning with plans for retribution, proposed a preemptive strike. "We find out what she knows and who she's told," he said, his voice cold and deliberate. "And then we make sure she can't talk." Xander, though no stranger to ruthlessness, hesitated. Gabby was a dangerous opponent, but she was also a survivor, someone who thrived in chaos. Underestimating her could prove fatal. "We need proof," he countered, his Scottish birth thick with tension. "If we move too soon, we risk exposing ourselves." Their debate was interrupted by a chilling realization: Gabi's alliance with Tony DiMera. The thought of the two of them working together sent a shiver down Philip's spine. Tony was a master manipulator, a man who could turn even the most hopeless situation to his advantage. If Gabby had shared her recording with him, the DiMera patriarch would be plotting his own countermove, one that could leave Philip and Xander scrambling to salvage their plans. The stakes had never been higher, and the clock was ticking. Gabi's gambit, a risky alliance with Tony. While Philip and Xander grappled with their discovery, Gabby was navigating her own treacherous path. Her alliance with Tony was a double-edged sword, one that offered immense rewards, but carried equal risks. Tony DiMera was not a man to be trifled with. His charm and sophistication masked a ruthless streak, and Gabby knew that her position as his ally was precarious at best. Yet the promise of becoming CEO of DiMera Enterprises was too tantalizing to ignore. It was a chance to cement her legacy, to prove that she could outmaneuver even the most powerful players in Salem. Gabi's decision to wait, as Tony had instructed, was a test of her patience. Every fiber of her being screamed to act, to drop the bombshell of Philip's forgery and watch his empire crumble. But Tony's logic was sound, timing was everything. A premature move could give Philip and Xander time to regroup, to spin a new narrative that minimized the damage. By waiting, they could ensure that the revelation hit with the force of a tsunami, leaving no room for recovery. Gabby, though reluctant, agreed, her mind already racing with visions of herself at the helm of DiMera Enterprises. But Gabby was no fool. She knew that Tony's promises came with strings attached. As she left their clandestine meeting, his parting chuckle lingered in her mind, a reminder that in the world of the DiMeras, loyalty was a currency rarely honored. Gabby had kept her promise to Tony, delivering the recording that could restore the DiMera empire. In return, he had pledged to make her CEO. But could she trust him? The question gnawed at her, a constant reminder that in Salem, betrayal was never far away. The road ahead, a collision course with catastrophe. As the drama unfolds, the stage is set for a collision of epic proportions. Philip and Xander, now aware of the sabotage bug, are on a warpath, determined to uncover Gabi's role in their potential downfall. Their partnership, already strained by mistrust, will be tested as they navigate the fallout of her betrayal. Will they confront her directly, risking a public spectacle that could expose their own misdeeds? Or will they opt for a more covert approach, striking from the shadows to neutralize the threat she poses? For Gabby, the path forward is fraught with peril. Her alliance with Tony has given her a powerful ally, but it has also painted a target on her back. If Philip and Xander confirm her involvement, they will stop at nothing to silence her. And even if she emerges victorious, her deal with Tony could prove to be her undoing. The DiMera patriarch is not known for sharing power, and Gabi's dream of becoming CEO may come at a cost she's not prepared to pay. The viewers of Days of Our Lives are in for a roller coaster of emotions as this saga unfolds. Will Gabi's gamble pay off, securing her place at the top of the corporate ladder? Or will her schemes come crashing down, leaving her vulnerable to the wrath of Philip, Xander, and even Tony? One thing is certain, in Salem, no secret stays buried for long, and the truth always comes at a price. Conclusion: a powder keg waiting to ignite. As we wrap up this edition of TV Days Drama Digest, we're left with more questions than answers. The discovery of the sabotage bug has set Philip and Xander on a collision course with Gabby, whose alliance with Tony has raised the stakes to dizzying heights. The forged letter, the recording, the promise of power, all of these elements are converging in a perfect storm that threatens to engulf everyone involved. Will Gabby emerge as the queen of DiMera Enterprises, or will her ambitions be her downfall? Will Philip and Xander find a way to outmaneuver her, or will their own hubris lead to their ruin? Join us next time as we continue to follow this electrifying storyline, where every twist and turn brings us closer to the explosive climax. In the meantime, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think Philip and Xander will do to Gabby? Is her alliance with Tony a masterstroke or a fatal mistake? And how will the DiMera Empire fare in the wake of this corporate conspiracy? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.